Hi, my name is Carrie, and this is my video presentation for the final psychology project for Psychology 101. So, as I'm looking through all the different options and the chapters that I could talk about, there's a whole bunch of them that I'm sure I could pick just to kind of relate to or learn from. Not all of them bring out feelings of positivity though, and so that's probably not helpful for me because one of my challenges is to keep a hopeful, optimistic mindset and to stay in the present moment. I have a tendency to ruminate and think about old stuff and try to put it all together to make sense of my reality now, and sometimes it helps and most of the time it does not. So I guess what I decided to pick is humanistic psychology, since it's focused more on the here and now for people and the actual choices that we can make on an individual level for our success in life. So that sounded more helpful. I also like that it's not conditional, because that's definitely one of my bigger challenges, is to feel like other people are only going to accept me if I perform or overperform for them. I was definitely a workaholic for a very long time, and I tried to work as much as possible and was just in this weird little trip of have to make money to live and change the world, because I saw all these problems when I was in my 20s. And now looking back at what I did, I'm sure I learned a whole bunch from it, and I'm glad that I'm not in the same mindset I was when I first started with a whole bunch of those things. But life has been incredibly awesome and also incredibly challenging. I can't even believe some of the things that I've been going through. And so it got me, not all, but definitely what it brought me to was just the importance of prayer and forgiveness, and to accept myself for where I'm at now, and to look at my life and where I can make positive changes instead of tripping out on old stuff because of my current circumstances, which sometimes is challenging. Like yesterday, one of my children moved out of state, and as happy as I am for her, it just leaves me kind of thinking about a lot of the ways that I could have done things differently, and just holding on to a whole bunch of anger and resentment towards people because of how I thought life was. And I was wrong in a lot of those ways. I felt very betrayed by others and myself, and I dealt with a lot of dissociation and depression, and it was not fun, but I have gotten through a whole bunch of it, and I'm making progress, so that's good. Trying to stay in the present moment and focus on what I can do now. And it's just challenging because as a single mom, it's a whole bunch of the choices I made when I was younger make it kind of challenging today, because I have these 4 awesome children that I want to have the best lives ever, and yet I've created these life dynamics where I fought with so many people, including myself, and I was very confused about a whole bunch of things and self-righteous, and I don't know. I find it interesting, my journey and what's happened so far, and I'd like to focus more on the positive things and the potential that I have to change my life for the better, because I've seen it get much better when at times it just seemed completely hopeless, and it felt like everybody just wrote me off. And I don't know, I guess it was my own trip, but it's challenging.